Hey, this vlog is not a laughing matter, but it's about humor. So, yeah, I'm a real Canadian, I guess. A lot of Canadians go south in the winter, and yet they kind of say a lot of negative things about the South, or other Canadians that do that, but they do it themselves, and they don't realize that doing that for generations and generations, they've been contributing to climate instabilities and even civil unrest. When it comes to like spending dollars in the USA, when it has played a very big part, that nation, in a lot of the last multiple wars around the world. So look at this. So I've always enjoyed winter. I don't want to escape it. I just don't want to freeze. And what's not a laughing matter is I'm still the same guy as before that had housing that was very comfortable. And I'm still the same guy in the sense of my multiple skill sets in multiple industries that is very much needed in this collapsing proto-society. And also an independent scientist who could collaborate with others on various scientific disciplines. So I also got my own workshops and things that would, are community building related things that are very much needed. So it's not a laughing matter that it's getting worse in my lifetime. And you'll say, well, Martin, there's something wrong with you, or you're the common denominator. And I am, and I've been the common denominator about talking about your HSD and documenting it, and your decline because of it, and at the same time my defending my humanity, and therefore creating this alienation between us with my choices of not to be sick with HSD. Now, of course, it's my right not to choose an illness for the sake of, having more peers. That's not what a human would do, right? And that's the point that you keep missing. Is you want to complain about things, or you want to give up about life and not even partake in the solutions that I suggest, and then you still want to call yourselves human. Anyways, sorry, let's get back to the topic of humor. So, in my life, I would say humor has been a great coping mechanism, and it's become very creative within me, and it's not dependent on others. I can make myself laugh. But here's, in chronological or reverse chronological order, the 4 most fun moments I remember laughing. One was with an ex. Let's call her Miss Clucka Clucka. Clucka Clucka. And she... actually, that would be number 2 in reverse chronological order. So number 1 would be imitating the blonde kid that I talked about in a previous vlog, in the Mariah Carey ending song of Merriest Christmas. And doing this with a fan of Mariah Carey, which was the manager of a guest house in Japan that allowed me to do an hour cleaning because I couldn't pay anyways for these basic accommodations. And one time in front of people, including strangers in the common area, I said, I'll imitate this kid, and put on the music on the speakers, and within seconds, I fell on the ground. It was so funny what I was doing that I couldn't even do more than 3 to 6 seconds of this joke. And it was freaking hilarious. And this, that's why I say after Jim Carrey, I am my own favorite comedian. But for that, you have to have courage, creativity. Can't be afraid to be silly. And still to this day, this was years ago, I still take great joy thinking about that story. So that's reverse chronological order, number 1. Number 2 is the girlfriend who imitated a couple of passages of a song that we both enjoyed, but with an accent that I believe was, East Indian, let's call it, from India. And she had a new washer dryer, so there was still the empty boxes in her carport, and I just fell in one laughing, and really was hard to get out when you're laughing a lot. That's number 2. Number 3 is in high school. I watched Saturday Night Live sketches a lot on Saturdays, and I recorded them, we had a beta, I think. And watch them again and memorize them, and me and a buddy, we would kind of replay them in class, and oh man, I just fell off my chair in class too. It's not fun for the teachers, but it's fun for us, and you know, if the teacher was really interesting, we'd be paying attention. But anyway, so that was number 3, and number 4 is kind of, my memories are vague. I can't remember exactly the imitations or the cousin combinations, but with cousins when we were much younger, let's say from the sketch the Bye Bye or Roque Bézaré or whatever, the cultural celebrities where we'd do imitations, English celebrities as well, and they would just flow, and we'd just have fun as kids, and I miss that time, and it's still things we're capable of doing as relatives if we meet. It's just that we meet at funerals, because you know, we're missing a lot of the skill sets in this proto-society that I talked about at the beginning of this vlog, which is really not a laughing matter. But you know, my sense of humor, and I hope you have that too, and I wish you well.